beautiful. It is beautiful. No. Oh, look at that. You can't even see. It's blinding.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, focus. Okay. Hey guys, it's Jess. And I'm here with my sister. And we're going to New York to go visit Pace University. Now, sorry. I don't know. How do you feel about this? I'm kind of nervous to go there.
No, I'm not gonna be able to.
Okay. Alright, well, see you guys on the train. We just got on the, what?
It's going on like 15.
I know. We just got on the train and yeah, can't wait. Yeah, true. Look at this. This train is 2 levels, so we got on the top level because, you know, we cool like that and we want to see. This is the New York Penn Station. Alright, so we got lost. Now we're on our way. We took the wrong train. We were going uptown when we're supposed to be going downtown. Not good. You're right, you should go lazy. The World Trade Center. I can't believe you didn't know what that building was. You were like, what was that? Oh my god. It's so beautiful. We finally made it.
City, Westchester, and then the White Plains Law School. We achieve academic excellence through our strong Lubin School of Business, the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Health Professions, the site.
It's really walking the thing.
Yeah. We're gonna have lunch. What a sound. It's sus. I don't know about that, but okay. We're about to eat. Are you?
Years ago, he introduced a class. I think it's a 300 level class, so it's usually you take it junior or senior year, and it focuses just on business in the music industry.
And then to add on to that, I have also taken a class that's not even in Lubin, but it's how the entertainment industry works, and that has a big section that focuses.
Participate in a lot of professional and academic competitions. I already talked about the National Student Collegiate Advertising Competition, but students participate in the Global Asset Management Competition.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is our main dining facility here on campus. One thing that's special about our cafeteria that's different at some other schools is that our meal plan is a debit declining system, not a swipe system. So that means that instead of swiping your card every single time that you walk into the cafeteria, you swipe when you pay. So you'll have a general balance on each semester, and then it'll just decline with every item that you buy rather than having only 3 swipes a day like some other schools do.
I'm just going to pass through the library.
Oh yeah, of course. So the way that our cafeteria is laid out is that the seating is sort of in an L shape going all the way back that way. We have smaller seating on this side. We have the bar area right there, and then around the other side there's larger seating areas, and there are a few booths as well if you want some comfortable seating. And then in the inside is all of our food options. So it kind of goes in a U shape around the back in curves. So while we can't see those options from right here, I'll just describe them to you guys. So starting over in this corner, we have food options like French fries, hot dogs, hamburgers, grilled chicken, chicken nuggets in there. Then we have a made-to-order sushi station. We have a hot bar that's changed 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a burrito station that's a little bit like Chipotle. We have a smoothie station that's made to order, salads made to order, sandwiches made to order, pasta made to order, and then we also have pizza calzones in the back corner. And then if you're in a time crunch, you have to get somewhere in between class, you just need grab-and-go items. That's all along the back wall, and that's those grab-and-go sushi, sandwiches, salads, similar to what you're getting if you were to wait in line. And then also along the back wall, we have our drink options. And then along this wall right here, we have salad, like if you wanted to make it yourself. And then we also have a vegan bar and a soup area. So at Pace, we really want to cater to all dietary restrictions. We have kosher items, we have gluten-free, dairy-free, and then we have our vegan bar as well. So we like to cater to anyone who has any of those restrictions as well. Besides just being able to eat in this cafeteria right here, Pace University has a system that's called Flex Dollars, and we're partnered with a few restaurants and different dining locations in the financial district. Some of them being Bear Burger, the Chipotle that's right down the street, Red Mango, that is like frozen yogurt smoothies, acai bowls, Rosella's Pizza as well. And so Flex Dollars, you'll have a certain amount every semester, and that can be used to purchase food at those dining facilities as well. And you just use your Pace ID, which has all of your money on there. And then around the corner is some of Pace University students' favorite location on campus. That's our fully functioning Starbucks. So similar to the Starbucks that's right down the street, it has all the holiday drinks, all of the drinks that you want with the different flavors. It has the mugs, the K-cups, all that you can buy in there, and you can use your meal plan for that. You don't need to use your own cash or your own Starbucks card. Does anybody have any questions about the cafeteria? Okay, so we're going to move on to the library. In the library, so we're going to just go right in here so we can see. Okay, so the area that we're in right now is actually called the Fishbowl. It's open 24 hours, but I just wanted to bring us in here since there's a tour going on in there, so we can kind of keep it separated. But our library is 2 floors, and it spans along the east side. So this area right here, the circulation desk, that is where you can go if you ever need a book that we don't have located in our library. You can go there and check to see if they have that book at any of the 18 college accredited libraries that we are signed up with a group called New York Connect. And then through New York Connect, we have about 8.5 million digital and print copy books that you can get either from our own library right here, or it can get shipped to this library and you can just pick it up right at the circulation desk. Our circulation desk also has a system that we like to call the reserve. So some of your teachers might have the textbook for the class held in the reserve. So instead of you having to buy the textbook, you can just go back there and rent it out for a couple hours, do the homework, the notes, and bring it back. Unfortunately, not every teacher does that, but that is something that you can check before spending the money to go buy the book. And then that desk right over there is the information and research desk. And if you ever have any questions or need help finding a book located in the library, or if you need help with any research projects, you can talk to them and they can help you out right there. On this first floor, we have all of our desktop computers that are Dell, and then upstairs we have Macs as well. So depending on which computer preference you like, we have both of those located in the library. On this first floor, as well as a few in different locations upstairs, we have our printers. So we have black and white and colored printers, and you have $30 each semester for printing money. That's on your PACE card. And typically each page is about 4 cents, it's a little more for colored, but usually I haven't heard of anyone that's run out of the printing money unless you're like printing your entire textbook. And then upstairs is where a lot of our study areas are. So we have longer tables for group studying, then we have also smaller tables and cubbies as well. The farther back that way you go in the library, the quieter it gets. And then upstairs we also have a room called the Collaborative Learning Room that some PACE students like to call our Panera without the bread, because we have a lot of booths that kind of look like Panera bread with a nice pattern, but unfortunately there is no Panera bread upstairs. And that area is where we have the MacBook computers, and then that's also where our IT desk is. So if your computer ever dies, or you left your laptop in your dorm room or in your apartment, or if your calculator dies before an exam, you can go up there and rent one out and then bring it back when you're done using it as well. Are there any questions about the library? No? And I'd just like to add that our library does close at 11 p.m. It has extended hours for finals, usually until about 2 a.m. But like I said before, this area, the fishbowl is open 24 hours. The new student spaces, where we first started, that's open 24 hours. And then we also have Setter's Lounge on the other side of the library that's open 24 hours as well. And we have a few classrooms located upstairs that are open 24 hours, and also a few computer labs upstairs as well. When you first had your welcome address this morning, I'm not sure how many of you were in the Schimmel Center over there. Were any of you not in the Schimmel Center? The Schimmel Center is the one that was located over here. I know some people were in the Bianco room or our student center. Okay, well, the Schimmel Center is our theater located here on campus. It holds about 700 seats, and that is where primarily our PACE Performing Arts shows are. So they have about 4 a year. They have 2 dance shows, 1 musical, and 1 play. And besides just the PACE Performing Arts shows that PACE students can go see, that is also where the show Inside the Actors Studio is taped. I don't know if you know about that show, but all PACE students get 1 free ticket for each show, and they're able to go in there. Sometimes they interview different television actors, different artists. Some of the people that have been on there are the cast of How I Met Your Mother, the cast of Friends. So it's kind of cool. Sometimes you'll see celebrities walking right around PACE. Also in the Schimmel Center is some of the clubs and activities that we have here on campus. They'll do their amateur nights or their open mic nights in the Schimmel Center as well. And then in the very beginning of your semester here, PACE does kind of, it's called Weeks of Welcome. And it's just a bunch of different events during that week so they can get to know the community, get well associated with the area. And some of them are held in there. I know there was like a Magicians and Mentalist one. One of my friends, Ricky, got hypnotized in there. That was pretty cool to watch that. But that's all done in the Schimmel Center, and those tickets are free to students. And then right along this wall, I like to point out, is a bunch of key areas here in New York City. So the one down there that I like to point out is Radio City Music Hall. So that's actually where you're going to be graduating in 4 short years if you come to PACE. You'll be graduating on the stage of Radio City Music Hall, which is super exciting. If for some reason Radio City Music Hall is booked that day, our backup plan is Madison Square Garden, and then if that's booked, then we have Lincoln Center. So either way, you're graduating from a key point or a key place in New York City, and you have a nice bang to the end of your 4 years here at Pace. Are there any questions about any of that? Okay, so we're going to be going this way. We're going to be walking through the courtyard to get back over to the west side. So this is where I like to point out the key distinction between the east and west side. Unless you have a class on the third floor. On campus for all 4 years if you wanted to.
What?
Pace flags on them. Those are some of the buildings that you can potentially class in, or buildings that people belong to, other offices. Stop right here. Just look at this view, so we can spread out right along here if you cannot see it. There's just a couple key places I like to point out while we're here. So I know for me, when I first told my parents that I wanted to move to New York City, that I wanted to come to Pace, my parents were very worried about the safety living in New York City, especially coming from Delaware. So my parents were really relieved when we got here and we got to this stop and they saw that waffle-shaped building right there, which is actually One Police Plaza. So having police and security so close right there, as well with the 9/11 Memorial, the Oculus, and City Hall right across the street. Security around Pace is super high. Security in Pace, in this building, as well as all the resident halls, we have 24-hour security. And then all of the other buildings that Pace owns, where you could potentially have classes or where there are offices that you may have to go to, those have security officers posted out front there for as long as the building is open. So all of you will get a Pace ID when you come to Pace, and you will show them that ID to get into the building. You have to scan it as well to make sure that you're a registered Pace student, and your picture has to match you. And then looking over at this building, we have the Verizon building. So the former CEO of Verizon, Ivan G. Seidenberg, actually graduated from Pace. He donated a huge amount of money to Pace, so of course we named our computer science program after him, because he was so generous. I mean, why not? I hope if I donated that much money, they would do the same, maybe. And then this building right here is Maria's Tower. So that's one of the freshman residence halls that you can potentially live in if you choose to live on campus. So if you want to see that one today, you can. And if you want to see 182 Broadway, which is our other freshman campus about 5 blocks away, that's actually the farthest building away from this one. You can also see that one today. And that's actually the one that I live in. I love it, but it's to each its own. And then if you can see that building over there with the red stripe, it's right next door to Pace. That's the New York Presbyterian Hospital. So if anything was to ever happen, your parents don't need to worry about paying an ambulance fee because you can just walk to the hospital. It's right there. Your resident assistant that lives on your floor can take you, or if you and your friends want to go, you can go as well. But if anything was to ever happen, we have that right next door. We also have a health center on the 6th floor that is free to you at no charge because it's in your tuition. So if anything was to ever happen less serious, you could just go there. The health center, no. I am not sure exactly what time it closes. I can ask for you if you want. But you can either drop in or you can make an appointment for that as well. They do flu shots, which is super convenient too. Are there any questions about anything we covered here? Here at Pace, when you start off as a freshman, some of your classes might tend to be a little larger because you're in those introductory courses. But once you move up to junior and senior standing, your classes become significantly smaller because you're more honed in and focused on exactly what you want to study. So as a freshman and for some sophomore classes as well, if you really want to, you can choose to take a lecture hall. However, that is up to you. Some classes are offered as lecture halls and as regular classrooms like this. So it's up to you for those choices. I know my freshman year, I really wanted to try out at least one lecture hall class because my high school was relatively small. So I took microeconomics in a lecture hall class and it only had 85 students in it. The largest lecture halls that we hold here at PACE are 125. So if it being that small compared to some other colleges, you have more one-on-one time with your teacher, they get to know you. And also a lot of our lecture hall classes have a portion called a lab. So you'll meet once a week for that lecture hall course, and then you'll also meet another time that week in a smaller class of about 20 students with the same professor, or it'll be like a lab professor, going over the same material, doing practice problems, just so you can better get to know the information. You can ask questions more one-on-one as well. And at PACE, you will never be taught by a student assistant or a student. You'll always be taught by a teacher or a professor. And at PACE, 90% of our professors have a PhD or a terminal degree in their field. And then at PACE, we also have adjunct professors. So that means that they'll be teaching you in the classroom, and then they also will be working in their field of study outside of PACE. So an example I like to use is that my first semester in college, I took a class called How the Entertainment Industry Works. And my professor, we had two, Professor Gazone, he is a musician and he worked at a record label. And there was an internship opening up at his record label, and he asked a girl in our class if she wanted to interview for the position because she had talked to him about her interest in the music industry. So he got her an interview, and she got a paid internship as her first semester freshman. So which is pretty incredible, and it's really unique to have a paid internship, especially your first semester. Another example for other majors is that my best friend Morgan, she's a criminal justice major, and in her intro to criminal justice class, her professor was a lawyer. So he would bring in cases that they had done in court that had been resolved. He would bring them in so they could use the terminology and what they were learning in the textbook with real world examples and real case studies as well. Are there any questions about professors or class sizes? Okay, raise your hand if you think you want to study abroad. So most of you. If you do want to study abroad, do you know where? It's okay if you don't. I don't know where I want to study abroad. I just know I do. But at PACE, we're partnered with 56 other countries. So if there is an option that a place that you really, really want to go, but it's not an option or no one at PACE has ever traveled there before, you can talk to our study abroad office and they can get you connected. So you can make sure that credits transfer, to make sure that it's a safe place for you to travel, to make sure that your financial aid, any scholarship that you have transfers as well. And you can get that approved. And then at PACE, we have a couple different study abroad options. We have semester abroad, so you could go fall semester or spring semester. We also have a winter break. You could go abroad for winter break. You could also go abroad for summer session. We have a few volunteer service trips that go abroad during the spring break. And then we also have something unique called faculty-led abroad. So you would enroll in a course, either your winter, or fall, or spring semester. And then for about 2 weeks after the semester is over, you, your professor, and your class would all go to the country that you are studying in and learn more about that while you're actually there. So I know there is an economics class that goes to China. So they learn about the economy in China, and then they actually go to China together as a class and use what they learned in class with real world experience of actually being in China, which is pretty cool. Are there any questions about study abroad?
When you study abroad, as far as the payment and cost, is it just different depending on where you're going?
So it's different depending on that. So if you were to go to the study abroad office, sometimes it's actually like cheaper to go abroad because like housing sometimes costs less in other countries. So you would just go to them and you would talk to them. If any of you got accepted into the honors college, you can apply for scholarship for a study abroad through that. There are also other scholarships that you can apply for study abroad. And if you have scholarships here at PACE, some of those may transfer if you are studying abroad during a semester. And then also some financial aid can as well. You just have to talk to study abroad office to check through all of that to make sure it's a good option for you. On campus for all 4 years if you wanted to. For anyone that's in Pace's Performing Arts program, this will be primarily where all of your classes are. And then you can have class there too if you're not an arts major. I had an elective in there, that was kind of fun because I'd never been in that building before. It's super free in there. Have you been in there before? Yeah, I love it. When I get to go on tour in there, I'm like, wow.
Give you the bowl cut, we give you.
That's so cool.
Recently built, so it's one of the main draws to this place. And I would say that this building's more of like independent living and things like that, just because it's not as communal as like Maria's Tower is. So there's not shared bathrooms. Everyone has their own bathroom in their room, and then there's not lounges on each floor. So that's one of the main differences for this building.
Are these like quads or?
So there's some doubles here, and then most of them are triples, and there are some quads. So I'd say like if you're trying to like decide which building you want to live in, it's all about like I'd say your personality and what you want out of your freshman year. So if you're looking for like the traditional college experience and like getting to know people and like running into people all the time, I'd recommend MT just because you're bound to make friends. Also, if you like struggle to make friends or you just want to have even more friends, I'd recommend MT because it's amazing for that. This building's also great. It is more of like independent living styles and more of like living in New York. So yeah.
Do they have like refrigerators in there?
Yes, this building actually comes with a refrigerator. Maria's Tower does not, but you can like order it and it gets delivered to your room.
In Maria Towers, can they bring like a personal, small, like a mini fridge?
Yeah, so you can bring your own, but there can only be one fridge per room, and if the fridge and microwave aren't attached, there can only be like one of them. There can't be both.
It's the voltage.
Yeah, any questions so far? Sure. Maybe the chair behind the door if it's not opening all the way. But you can come on in. You're welcome. You're welcome. Sorry. Okay, so once again, this is a quad, so there's 4 people who are supposed to be living in here. Currently, there's only 2 residents, so those 2 beds are empty. With every room, you're gonna have a bed, dressers for your clothes, a wardrobe, a desk, and yeah, and then the fridge. And then also the bathroom.
So you guys can like really expand your...
We can, but we just started like the end of the year soon.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Wow.
So if that's not allowed, you can have
Pretty big.
a reasonable size container. And then if you have like a medical service animal, you have to get it approved through the school. This is this is the main lounge. There's like couches, tables, people can come like just watch TV and hang out. Hang out, share homework. And then also to the right over here is the kitchen that's shared throughout the building.
What is the community? Yeah. It's okay.
It's pretty amazing. So you'll have these machines in any building. Maria's Tower also has. So once again, it is kind of smaller, but it does have all the machines that you need. If you have paper mail, you can come here to pick it up. And then if you ever get any packages, what they do is they sort it, and then there's lockers downstairs. I'm not sure if you saw them when you walked in. There's like the big black boxes. So you'll get an email whenever you have a package, and it'll have like a barcode. And you like walk up to the locker, you scan it, and the door opens, and you just get your package. So you can pick it up whenever you want. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah. And then this is the study room. So it's a quiet study room where you can just come and do your work. There's a printer in here, which is like one of the best features, because if you do need to print something, you might not want to walk back to like the main building, you know? So it's amazing to have that like in your residence hall. You want to come in and check it out? And then for printing, every student gets like a balance at the beginning of the semester. I believe it's around like $30. And it stretches pretty far. I've never run out of printing money, and I know my friends haven't either. So normally you don't have to worry about that. And then this view right here overlooks Broadway, and then that's John Street right here. Yeah. Room. Basically, it's just like another lounge with chairs and stuff. And there's a projector that you can hook up to, and you can like watch movies and things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Are there any
And then finally, this is the RA office for the building. So this is where like the community coordinator and the assistant community coordinator, they're the professional staff who are in charge of this building. And as well as the RAs, they work in this office. Every night there's 2 RAs on duty. And so if there's any issues that occur throughout the night, there's phone numbers that you can call, and then there's people there to help you. And then there's also office hours here every night. From 6 to 8, so the door will always be open every night if you have questions, concerns, anything like that. Cool? Amazing.
It's cheaper then?
Yeah, it's actually a little
leaving Pace. Bye, Pace. Now we're gonna go meet my sister since we're already here and the World Trade Center is so close. We're gonna go visit.
Dancing,